if you want to stop people pleasing in life, and therefore you want to start feeling a little more authentic, it's good to remember that people pleasing can't exist in a regulated nervous system. So every time you say something or do something or act in a way that's going to win you approval, and one of the biggest areas we see this in is relationships with women, acting, saying all the right things in order for her to get her to like us. All of that comes from fight or flight. It's dysregulation in the nervous system. And what you're communicating to yourself is, I don't feel okay right now. I need the approval of someone else. In this instance, the woman that you're dating, in a relationship with, married to, whatever. I need her approval in order to feel okay. Can you see the attachment there? What you're communicating is that you can't feel good in your body by yourself. Like, you need someone else to help regulate you. Now, that was the case for all of us when we were babies. But now we're adults. We're still carrying those behaviour traits because no one's taught us how to heal them. And we're walking around as adults, but with the emotional body of us as kids. And we need constant approval. We need to be told we're doing well in order to believe that we are. So, understanding that to begin with, you're looking for ways to feel good without feeling good. You're looking for ways to feel safe because you haven't been taught how to feel safe. But safety just comes from a calm, regulated nervous system. That's it. Once your nervous system's calm, you feel safe. Once it's dysregulated, once you're in fight or flight, once you're stressed, once the sympathetic part of the nervous system is activated, you don't feel safe. You've got two options. You act out in ways to win approval so you can feel safe, although that never really works, because when you think about it, when you get the approval, it doesn't really give you what it is you think you were going to get. And that is why those patterns continue, because you never get what it is you're trying to get. You never get the comfort and the safety from approval. Yet because you're still running that pattern, that childhood pattern, you continue to do the approval-seeking behaviours in order to get that approval met, in order to feel good inside. And that, according to, I can't remember the guy's name, the famous scientist, it's gone now, probably the most famous scientist in the world. He said that essentially doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, is the definition of insanity. So we're just living our lives as men, acting out and doing what we need to do in order to fit in order to get a stronger sense of self. But we're doing it through the eyes of other people, so we're not real. We're not really being ourselves. Now when you think about it, another thing as well, because I talk a lot about grounding and embodiment. If we go back to, say, you're in a relationship or you're on a date, and you start acting out or saying the right things that you think are going to win her approval and get your needs met, which could be love, could be sex, whatever it is you're wanting, you're essentially operating from your analytical mind because you're thinking of what to say and do. It's just a program. But when you can drop that you start coming into your body and you can start to communicate authentically, which means you start saying and doing the things that are true to you, and therefore you naturally become more magnetic. The thing is, you will lose women in that process of being more authentic. You're also going to lose friends, and maybe even family members and people that know you, because if you've been living a bit of a lie all these years and then suddenly you start trying to act more authentically, it's going to make some people uncomfortable. That's just how it works. So if you want to start feeling more confident, if you want to start learning how to bring safety to your own body, to your own nervous system, you've got to learn to start regulating through breath. You've got to start looking at all of your lifestyle habits that are dysregulating you. And there's so much out there, man. There's so much stuff that's putting us in our heads. And we all know it. We don't always do anything about it, but we know it's because we're all addicted. We're just running around chasing the next hit of dopamine. And that is just killing our aliveness. I mean, you know, I'm doing it too. I'm just on going through sugar withdrawals at the moment because I've been so fucking addicted to sugar, and it's like killing my creativity, it's killing my energy, it's not good for my sleep, it's not good for my testosterone, which I need to get out of bed in the morning and have more drive and more focus. There's just so much riding on us letting go of our habits, you know. And I don't think we should really complain about our emotional states when we're constantly dysregulating ourselves through our lifestyles. You know, we all know what phones are doing to us, but we still continue to just scroll all day, constantly checking the phones. I mean, I'm starting to put my phone down a lot, but it's fucking hard because I always want to know when I hear a bing, it's like I need to know who that message is from. And it's never something that's urgent. It's not just the messaging, but the social media channels, sugar, fast food, alcohol, drugs, porn, like all of it. It's dysregulating ourselves, it's putting our energy up into our head with needing the next hit. When we're on our phones, our energy is not even up here, it's in the screens. We lose ourselves. We lose our ability to really connect, because connection doesn't come from saying and doing the right things to get our needs met. It comes from expressing ourselves authentically. That's what our bodies are for. That's what we're here for. We're here to express ourselves authentically, and we do that through our body. It might be a new concept for you guys to understand, for some of you anyway. You know, like, we feel love in our heart, right? So if you're communicating from your heart, you're gonna start saying more compassionate things and feeling more compassion for someone when you talk to them. And that's going to communicate something to them, right? If you're feeling grounded and you're feeling safe within your body, you're going to be breathing deeper into your belly, you're going to be more calm, you're going to give off a sense of safety, and that's going to allow people around you to start feeling safe too. Like, yeah, it's same with like turn on energy. If you want to like communicate your desires, what you want to do sexually when you're with a partner. I mean, that's a big one for guys. That's still a big one for me, because there's so many messages we get taught about what we should and shouldn't say, when's the right time, especially in the realms of, like, you know, in sex. And so we become careful with the words, and we say things in the right way that ensures we don't trigger the other person. Now, it's obviously shows that we're good guys, right? We don't want to be a creep. We don't want to totally overstep the line. But when we're communicating from our head, it just comes out wrong and it doesn't land with the other person. If you want to start building more attraction, more polarity with the women you're dating, that you're married to, in relationship, whatever it is, you really got to start learning to communicate from the feeling. So like feel the sensations in your body that are firing off as you speak the words. So you're literally feeling the sensations as you speak. And it totally changes the energy of the words. And it allows the other person to be affected by the words that you're speaking. It's the same with like speaking your truth, asserting your boundaries, being in confrontation or being in an argument with someone, or having to like really show your anger to protect you. That all comes from feeling the sensations in your body. Like if you need to scare someone because you think they could be a threat to your life or other people that you're close to's life, if you're shouting at them or telling them to fuck off or whatever, from doubt and from fear and worry and concern and shame, it's not going to have an impact. But if you're grounded and feeling your legs and feeling your feet, and then you're feeling that fire in your belly, that fiery, angry energy, and you speak from there, it's going to have an impact. It's a huge impact. We're not meant to be expressing ourselves and communicating from our heads. It disconnects us from the people we're communicating with. And we are relational beings. It's as simple as that. If we're not having healthy relationships, then we're not having a healthy life. It's as simple as that. You can disagree with me all you want. I believe that to be very true. And there's so many guys that are just spending all of their time on social media, all their time on Facebook, putting negative comments. I mean, I'm quite lucky I don't really get any. But, you know, I see a lot of them. And it's like, yeah, feel the energy behind that. Yeah, it's so yucky. Those people won't be having connections in their everyday life. And the only way they can feel like they're having some kind of an impact on someone is to like abuse them in some way. So that's essentially where all abuse comes from, is to like be able to have an impact on someone. And if someone's got so much trauma around their heart that they can't have a loving impact on someone, they still want to have an impact, right? So they start doing and saying the things that are going to make someone feel shit. And that allows them to feel some sense of purpose. It's in the perpetrator, the person doing it. So yeah, it's a bit of a random one, but you know, if you want to start earning more money, if you want better relationships, whether that's with women, with friends, with your family, whatever it is, it's coming out your head, getting into your body and starting to communicate from your body. Not even as a way to try and connect, because that is how we actually connect. And that comes from being regulated in our nervous system. It comes from being calm. We do that by releasing the emotions, feeling emotions when they come up, staying on the path of healing. Breath work's great for that, for clearing out emotional residue. And importantly, clearing up our habits and addictions that are draining our energy and keeping us stuck. And you'll start to get more forward momentum in life. And that's really why I call my company Masculine Evolution, is because that directional energy of moving forward really comes when we start to build courage, when we have the courage to step forward and start doing the things that we say we're going to do, or doing the things that we want to do. I speak to so many guys who struggle with that. Like, they have all these ideas of things to do, and that could be like finding their mission, going after what they want in life, or it could just be hanging out at a party and you see someone, you're like, oh, I want to go talk to that person, but you don't do it. This is all the fear that's getting in the way. It's the dysregulation. When we're more regulated and we're more calm in our bodies, we provide our own safety, when we're more grounded, we don't have so much emotional residue causing so many contractions and shutdowns within our body, we naturally start stepping forward. That is what masculine energies, a lot of it is about, is just stepping forward. And it's really powerful when you start doing it. You really start feeling better in life. I mean, think about men in the past, like stepping forward towards the battle walls for many thousands of years. Men have been doing that, stepping onto boats and just rowing into the horizon, not having any idea if you'll ever make it back or see any of your family again. But you just go, and you potentially are going to not come back. There's all sorts of things that could go wrong, especially with the belief of all the sea monsters that would be there. And I mean, then there's the reality of the storms and whatever they find, neighbouring tribes or whatever lands that they go to occupy. I mean, it's all about stepping into fear, developing that courage. And then here we are as men, as in today's world, we don't have to do those things. I mean, still got to step towards battle, sadly, but you know, we can't step towards things that aren't going to kill us. A lot of us are wired in a way that it's easier to step towards things that will kill us, right? Crossing a road doesn't create any fear in us, yet approaching a beautiful woman does. That fear that comes up just comes from our unconscious minds thinking that it's a threat to our existence, and so it sends out the fear and the dysregulation and the adrenaline and the cortisol to stop us doing that, because it thinks we're going to potentially die. Yet when we go and cross the road and there's all these 2-ton cars zooming past us, only like half a metre just zooming past us, easily one of them could just fuck up the steering and crash into us. There's like nothing. You can just remain calm. This is how we're wired, right? The trick is getting into the unconscious, and we do that through our body. So when we step towards our fears, we step towards the things that dysregulate us, we come out of our head into our body and start to bring more calm. We do it through our breath. We do it by feeling our legs, feeling our feet against the ground, and that communicates to the unconscious that it's actually safe. I'm not under any danger right now. But if you keep remaining anxious when you're in those anxious situations, the unconscious is still it's just gonna keep sending out the signals to avoid that thing, because we're reaffirming that it's not safe, right? But when you step towards your fear, you can breathe down into your belly, you can calm yourself down. The unconscious is like, okay, maybe it's not as dangerous as I once thought. And then when you're next in that situation, there's going to be less cortisol, less fear, less dysregulation, less adrenaline. It's going to make it easier for you. I mean, we kind of know this, right? Like, if you're afraid of public speaking, everyone who's a good public speaker knows that they had to push through all the anxiety to begin with. Like, the first few times getting on stage wasn't always that good, but it just gets easier. It's the same with anything, right? But it can only come from stepping towards the fears, and that's how we build that more penetrating energy. It's how we feel more courageous in life. It's going to allow us to step towards our goals and our dreams and really start doing the things that we say we're going to do, and doing the things that we really want to do. And that can only build more confidence in life. Yeah, comment if you agree, if you've got any questions. I'm actually opening up my private coaching space. I'm looking for 3 fellas who want to go on a 3-month private coaching journey with me. I'm offering it at a ridiculously low price of £550, UK pounds, or whatever that is in your currency. It's going to be a 3-month private container. We're going to go deep into all the things that are holding you back in life. We're going to start getting you to connect with your body more, get better at grounding, getting better at regulating yourself, getting better at embodiment, and really start connecting with that version of you that already exists within you, that's going to start allowing you to go towards the things you want in life. I'm doing it now, I'm living it myself, and it's fucking worth it, man. Yeah, $550. If you're interested, I'll put a link to my website below. You just book a free consultation call. We'll talk about if you're a good fit. If you are, we both agree, boom, let's go. All right, I'll see you in the next video, and subscribe if you haven't done already.